Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and good day everyone. Welcome back to WOW program College Matrikulasi Johor. So now we will discuss Set 2 AM025. Now we will discuss section A. Question number 1. The average number of cars sold by the luxury auto is 3 cars per day. A. What is the probability that exactly 4 cars will be sold tomorrow? B. Find the probability that 10 to 14 cars will be sold within a week. As we can see here, you are given the average number, which is 3, and you are given a time interval per day. So, this question actually a Poisson distribution. Okay, to find the question A, we need to find probability of x equals to 4. So, when you substitute 4 into the correct formula, you will get K1. And then you calculate J1 for the answer, 0.68. For question number 1B, the lambda will be different because you want to find the probability that 10 to 14 cars sold within a week. Therefore, you need to multiply the lambda 3 with 7 days. Okay, so the new lambda is 21. So B1 for the new distribution. Find the probability that 10 to 14 cars sold within a week. So means you need to find Px from 10 to 14. So to find Px from 10 to 14, we need to subtract Px greater than or equals to 10 minus Px greater than or equals to 15. So K1 here, when you translate from the word to the notation Px from 10 to 14. K1, next K1, bila kamu gantikan Px greater than or equals to 10 with 0.9972 and x greater than or equals to 15 with 0.9284. Final answer 0.0688. So J1. Question number 2A. Calculate the Pearson correlation coefficient for the following data. Hence, interpret the result. So we have 3 marks here. Okay, first step, you need to find the summation of x, summation of x squared, summation of y squared, and summation of xy with your calculator. Okay, so to find the Pearson correlation coefficient, we need to substitute the correct all the summation into the formula. So K1, when you substitute all the correct value into the correct formula, J1, when you got negative 0.1201. Since you get negative 0.1201, so you have weak negative relation between x and y. So J1 for weak negative. Question 2B. The above table shows the weight of mothers and their babies when delivered. Find the linear regression equation y equals to a plus bx. Write your answer in 3 significant figures. Hence, determine the weight of the baby if the weight of the mother is 54.5 kilograms. So first mark, K1 will be give when you find the B. Okay, and then K1 tick if you find the value of A, and J1 for the correct equation of the regression. To estimate weight of the baby, so we substitute the weight of the mother, which is x 54.5, into the equation of regression. And J1, when you conclude the weight of the baby is 3.1506 kilogram. Question 3. The amount of money spent by student to buy stationery is normally distributed with mean mu and standard deviation 3 ringgit 60 cent. So here you are given the distribution as x, normally distributed with mu and 3.60 squared. If it is found that 5% of the students spend more than 20 ringgit, show that mu is 14 ringgit 8 cents. Okay, so from here, 5% of the students spend more than 20 ringgit. So you are given Px more than 20 is equals to 0.05. Okay, to find mu, okay, first we need to standardize the probability. So when you standardize, this will become C, and your x 20 ringgit must be subtract with mu divided by standard deviation. Okay, so sketch the bell-shaped curve. The inequality sign greater than means you need to shade from the right tail, and the probability 0.05 means the location is right here. So this is the value of your z-score. Since the z-score located at the right hand side, so we can read directly from the table. Here, refer to the table of percentage, which is the last table in your statistical book. Okay, 0.05. Okay, so the z-score is 1.6449. As we compare, we will get 20 minus mu divided by 3.6 equals to 1.6449. So when we solve, we get mu is 14.08. So B1 here, when you translate from the sentence to the correct notation, K1, when you standardize your z-score, K1, when you compare your z-score, and J1, when you finally shown the mu is 14.08. Question 3b. A student is chosen at random. Find the probability that the student spend between 12 and 15 ringgit to buy stationery. Okay, so here you have word between 12 and 15. Means when you translate, you have to find Px 12 less than x less than 15. Okay, to find Px in between 12 and 15, first step, you need to standardize the z-score. So you need to subtract your x 12 and 15 with your mu that you get from question A and divide by the standard deviation. So K1, when you standardize both z-score. Okay, so from here you will get your probability of z in between negative 0.58 and 0.26. So the bell-shaped curve will be like this. This is negative 0.58 and this is positive 0.26. Okay, to find this probability, you need to subtract one with the white space here. Okay, so the white area here is z greater than 0.26 and z greater than 0.58. So read from the table. Okay, so you will get 1 mark and J1 for the final answer, 0.3216. Okay, question C. Find the minimum amount spent by 83.4% of the student. Question 3C. We want to find the minimum amount spent by 83.4% of the students. So, when we translate it, it will be equalized to Px greater than or equals to A equals to 0.834. So, K1 when you translate it correctly. Next step, we standardize our A by subtracting with mu and divide by standard deviation. As we can see here, the bell-shaped curve will be like this because the inequality sign is greater than and the probability is greater than 0.5. Here is your z-score. As we can see, the z-score is located at the left-hand side of the bell shape. So we know that our z-score is negative value. So that's why here we can write as Pz greater than or equals to negative of A minus 14.08 divided by 36. So next step, bell shape is like this. So to find the probability, we can use 1 minus the white area. Okay, so when we simplify, the white area is equals to 0.166. When we refer to the table, the probability 0.166, the z-score is 0.97. Okay, so as we compare, 0.97 is equals to negative of z-score because your z-score is on the left hand side of the bell shape. Okay, so the value of A will be 10.588. So the minimum amount spent by the student is 10 ringgit 59 cents. Okay, the first K1 will be rewarded when you translate correctly the sentence. The next K1, when you get the value of z-score is actually negative, the next K1 you will get when you compare your z-score with 0.97, and the next J1 will be rewarded when you get the correct answer for the minimum amount. Okay, in section B, we have 7 questions. So the first question, given probability of A equals to 5/8, probability of B equals to 3/16, and probability of A union B equals to 3/4. For question A, you need to find probability of A given B prime, and hence determine whether A and B are independent events. To find probability of A given B prime, we will use the properties of PA intercept B prime divided by probability of B prime. To find PA intercept B prime, we use the PA minus PA intercept B. How to find A intercept B? By using the relationship PA intercept B equals to PA plus PB minus PA union B. So we substitute all the given data into the formula. So we get PA intercept B equals to 1 over 16. Okay, later we substitute back A intercept B into this formula. So we get PA given B prime equals to 9 over 13. So where is your marks? The first K1 will be given when you find A intercept B. The next K1 you will given when you find A intercept B prime. The next marks K1 will be given when you find probability of B prime is equals to 1 minus PB, and J1 for the correct answer. For question 1B, you need to determine whether A and B are independent. So we will use the properties PA intercept B equals to PA times PB if A and B are independent event. So from previous, okay, probability of A intercept B equals to 1 over 16. Ini kita dapat daripada soalan 1A tadi. Okay, kita dah kira. And then, you find PA multiplied by PB, you will get 15 over 1 to 8. Okay, so as we can see, PA intercept B and PA times PB are not equal to. So we can conclude A and B are not independent. So where is your mark? The first K1 will be given when you find PA times PB. And the second K1 will be given when you conclude probability of A intercept B not equal to PA times PB. And J1 when you state A and B not independent. Okay, for question number 2. In a certain test, the marks for English subject are normally distributed with mean 58 and a standard deviation of 5. On the other hand, 86.43% of the students pass the English test. A. What is the passing mark for this subject? And B. If the percentage of students who scores excellent grades is half of the students who fail in the test, find the minimum marks for getting excellent grade in the test. Okay, so first of all, you are given the marks of English test normally distributed. So means that your X, which is the marks of English test, normally distributed 58, and standard deviation of 5 means your variance is 25. Okay. Question A, what is the passing marks of the subject? So you want to find the passing marks. Means here you want to find the minimum mark. So the question asks you to find PX more than or equal to. Sebab you nak cari minimum kan. Jadi kena greater than or equals to lah something. So let's say something is K. The passing mark is berapa yang ni lulus tu? 86.43. So kita tukar pada probability 0.8643 kita. Okay, first of all, you need to standardize your Z score. So you will get K minus mean divided by standard deviation. Okay, then what should you do? Okay, we need to sketch the bell-shaped curve. So, since kita tak tahu nilai Z score, kita akan refer pada inequality sign dan probability dia. So, greater than means that you kena shade start from the right tail. So, nak shade sampai mana? Tengok probability. Jika probability dah lebih 0.5, so kat sini probability 0.5. Kalau dah lebih 0.5, maksudnya kita punya probability ni dah masuk ke bahagian sebelah kiri. Jadi, kat sini Z score kita ni. Okay, so as we can see, your Z score located at the left hand side of the bell curve. So, you know that your Z score will be negative value. That's why here we can write PZ greater than or equals to negative of Z score is equivalent to 0.8643. Okay, so based on your bell-shaped curve, this area is equivalent with 1 minus probability of Z more than or equals to K minus 58/5. Okay. So when we simplify, we get the white area is PZ greater than or equals to K minus 58 divided by 5 is equivalent with 0.1357. Okay. So what should we do the next step? Okay. We need to refer to your statistical table. Okay, read inside the table and find the probability 0.1357. Okay, so when we read from the table 0.1357, the Z score is 1.10. Jadi kita boleh compare lah 1.10 with your Z score. Okay, so the Z score, since dia dekat sebelah kiri tadi, kita dah cakap dia sama dengan negatif. Negative value, sebab tu kat sini ada negatif. Jadi bila kita selesaikan, kita dapat nilai K, sorry it's not A, nilai K sama dengan 52.5. Jadi we can take the passing mark is 53. Okay, so B1, okay, over here. Okay, then when you standardize and reflect your Z score, K1. Okay, next. Okay. You read from the table 0.1357. Okay, you get 1.10 K1, and then another K1 you will given when you compare your value of Z score with 1.10, and then J1 for the correct answer. Okay, for question B, it said that the percentage of students of the excellent grades is half of the students who fail in the test. So first of all, we need to find the probability of student who fail in the test. Okay, so to find the percentage of fail, we need to subtract the percentage of the student who pass the exam with 1. So kita dapat kat sini peratus pelajar yang fail adalah 1 tolak 0.8643 lah. Ni 0.8643 ni kita dapat daripada part A, iaitu yang pass subjek ni. Jadi yang fail kita kena guna tolak 1 lah. Okay, jadi peratus pelajar yang excellent adalah separuh daripada pelajar yang fail. Jadi 1/2 kali dengan 1 tolak 0.8643. So kita dapat 0.0679. Okay. Okay, so K1 untuk kita dapatkan kita punya peratus ataupun kita punya probability. J1 correct probability lah. Okay, and then soalan dia, find the minimum marks of getting excellent grade in the test. So minimum mark tu kita tak tahu, jadi kita bentukkan satu equation, iaitu Px greater than or equals to P. P ni adalah you punya minimum mark lah. Okay, so sama dengan 0.0679. Jadi nak dapatkan minimum mark ni, since kita punya X adalah normal distribution, so we need to standardize your P. Okay, then you kena lukis kita punya bell shape curve. So kita dapati daripada sini kita punya inequality sign greater than, dan probability dia tak sampai 0.5. Jadi kita punya location bagi Z score adalah detail sebelah kanan. So kat sini Z score kita. Okay. Jadi bila kita punya probability letaknya dekat tail sebelah kanan, jadi kita boleh directly read from the table Okay, so kita refer pada table kita. Okay, kita baca 0.0679. Okay, so as we can see inside the table 0.0679 tak ada. Jadi kita tengok nombor yang terhampir dengan 0.0679. Okay, so 0.0679 ni antara 0.0681 dan satu lagi 0.0668. Okay, di mana ini bila Z score kita 1.49, yang ni Z score kita 1.50. So kita nak pilih yang mana? Okay, cara nak pilih dia, kita cari difference between these two probability. Okay, the difference between two probability. So we subtract 0.0681 with 0.0679, we get 0.002. Okay, for this one. And then for this one, the difference is 0.0011. Okay, so as we can see, this difference is less than this difference. Jadi, kita ambil Z-score kita 1.49. Okay, jadi dah pilih Z-score 1.49. Next step, we compare our Z-score P minus 58 divided by 5 with 1.49. Okay, so we get P equals to 65.45. So the minimum marks is 65. Okay, jadi kat mana markah kita? Okay, markah kita yang pertama bila you tulis statement ini. Semua ni lengkap. Okay, satu markah K1. And then the next mark K1 when you standardize correctly. Okay, K1, the next K1 when you compare your Z-score with the correct 1.49 and J1 for the minimum marks 65. Okay, question 3, section B. The blood pressure and the age of 7 hospital patients are shown in the table below. Calculate the Pearson coefficient of correlation, hence interpret the result. Okay, so as we can see here, you are given T, which is the age of the patient. So, since dia duduk dekat atas, jadi kita let this one as X lah. Okay, jadi P pressure ni, kita jadikan sebagai Y. Okay, so nak calculate Pearson coefficient of correlation, first we need to find the total of X, total of Y, total of X times Y, total of X square and total of Y square. So you can calculate all these using calculator. Substitute all this value into the Pearson's coefficient of correlation. Okay, so you will get R equals to 0.7013. So how to interpret your Pearson coefficient of correlation? So as we can see, the value is 0.7. So we have moderate positive relation. Okay, so you can conclude there is moderate positive relationship between blood pressure reading and their age. Okay, so K1 kamu akan dapat bila you substitute into the correct formula, J1 for the correct answer. Okay, and J1, bila you interpret, you have moderate positive relationship between blood pressure and age. Question B, find the regression line and then hence estimate the blood pressure of 20 years old patient, correct to 3 significant figures, okay, and comment on the reliability of the estimation. Then calculate the coefficient of determination and interpret the result. Okay, to find the equation of the regression, first we need to find the value of p. So to find the value of p, we substitute the correct value of summation of x, xy, and so on into the formula of p. So k1, and then using the value of b here, you need to find the value of a. Okay, so substitute into the formula of a. So k1 tick. Okay, maybe this value you dapat salah ke apa ke kan. Okay. Okay, dah dapat A, then kita masukkan dalam equation of the regression. J1. Okay, so untuk soalan 1, B1, okay, you want to estimate the blood pressure of 20 years old patient. Okay, so we substitute 20 into your x lah. Sebab x tadi kita adalah age kan. Jadi kita masukkan 20 dalam kita punya regression equation. So K1. Okay, then we will get bacaan dia, estimation dia adalah 75.7 J1. Okay. Next, you need to comment on the reliability of the estimation. Okay, as we can see from your table, okay, the minimum age kita kat sini adalah 26. Maximum age kita kat sini, patient kita adalah 74. Jadi yang kita kena estimate tadi untuk umur 20 tahun. Jadi 20 tahun ni dah out of the range. Dah kurang daripada 26. Kita punya ni minimum 26, maksimum 74. Kita punya sampel yang kita ambil. Jadi 20 ni dah out of the range. Okay, so we can conclude your estimation is not good estimation. Sebab dia outside of the range. Ataupun you state the extrapolation. So J1. Okay. Soalan 2. To find the coefficient of determination. So we need to find the R square. So we just square our R value from part A. Okay, so we get 0.4918. Okay, then we need to comment. Okay, so we can say that 49.18% of the variation in blood pressure reading was explained by variation in age. And another 50.82% was explained by other factors. Okay, so K1 here, you find R square by squaring your R. So this one K1 tick. J1 for your value of R square. Then J1 here, you explain your 49%. And J1 here, you explain for another percent. Okay. Question number 4. Let the probability function of 4x be Px equals to x equals to k times x plus 1 square for x equals to 0, 1, 2, and 3. A. Find the value of k that makes this probability distribution function. First step, we need to find the probability for x equals to 0, 1, 2, and 3. Okay, by substituting 0, 1, 2, 3 into the function of Px equals to x. Okay, so after that, we equate the total probability with 1. Okay, so from here we get k equals to 1 over 30. So, first mark K1 will be rewarded when you substituting 0, 1, 2, 3 into the function of px equals to x. And then another k1 will be given when you equate the probability with 1 and j1 when you get k equals to 1 over 30. Question 4b, hence compute px greater than or equals to 1. To find px greater than or equals to 1, we will use the formula of 1 minus px equals to 0, or you may use alternative method. Okay, let's say we use the first method. Kita gantikan k kita tadi, px sama dengan kosong. So k tadi 1/30, so kita masukkan 1/30. Jadi kita dapat px greater than or equals to 1 sama dengan 29/30. Ataupun cara kedua, cara kedua nak dapatkan px sama lebih besar atau sama dengan 1. So kita boleh tambahkan px sama dengan 1, px sama dengan 2 dan px sama dengan 3. Okay. So nak dapatkan px sama dengan 1 tadi kita dah dapat daripada atas. When x equals to 1, dia sama dengan 4k kan. So gantikan 4 darab k. When x equals to 2, 9 times k. And px equals to 3, 16 times k. So you will get the same answer, 29 over 30. So if you use like this, so k1, if you add two probability correctly, k1 if you substitute all the probability correctly, and j1 for the answer. Question 5. In the manufacture of commercial carpet, small faults occur at random in the carpet at an average rate of 0.95 per 20 meters. Find the probability that in a randomly selected 20 meter area of this carpet, 1. There are no faults. 2. There are at most 2 faults. Okay, first of all, we need to define your x. So, as we can see here, your x is actually defined as the number of faults in 20 meter square carpet area. So, your x is distributed by Poisson distribution with mean 0.95. Ni dia bagi daripada soalan lah. Okay, soalan A dia kata find probability that there are no faults. So means you need to calculate px equal to 0. Okay, so to find px equals to 0, just substitute 0 into the formula of Poisson distribution and you will get the answer 0.3867. So B1 for the correct distribution. Okay, K1 here is the marks when you substitute 0 into the correct formula of Poisson, and J1 for the final answer. Okay. Question 2, you need to find the probability. There are at most 2 faults. Okay, at most 2 faults means you need to find px less than or equals to 2. Okay, to find the px less than or equals to 2, you may use the formula of px equal to 0 plus px equals to 1 plus px equals to 2. Okay, so substitute 0, 1 and 2 into the formula of Poisson, and then you will get the answer is 0.9287. So K1 here, when you substitute any two value of probability correctly, K1 here, if you substitute and find the value all the probability correctly, and J1 for the final answer. Question 5b, the ground floor of a new office block has 10 rooms. Each room has an area of 80 meter square and has been carpeted using the same commercial carpet described above. For any one of these rooms, determine the probability that the carpet in that room contains at least 2 forks. First step, we need to define our y as number of forks in 80 meter square carpet area. So after that, we need to find new lambda because our space right now is 80 meter square. So our lambda will multiply by 4. So we get 3.8. Okay, so our new distribution, y will be distributed by Poisson with 3.8 as their mean. So to find p y greater than or equals to 2, you may use this formula or you just find p y. You can find p y greater than or equals to 2 directly from your statistical table. Okay, so you get B1 for new definition of the distribution. K1, you state you want to find Py greater than or equals to 2. K1, you find the probability of x equals to 0 and x equals to 1 if you use this formula, and J1 as the answer. If you use the alternative method, so K1 will be rewarded for this statement. K1, T1 for this. Okay, question 6. A total of 100 patients in a private hospital are treated in 3 wards: surgical, nephrology, and orthopedics. From the total, 70 riders are male. Out of 50 patients who undergo the surgery in the hospital, 20 are female. There are 30 males who are treated in nephrology ward and 5 female in orthopedic ward. If one patient is chosen at random, find the probability that the patient from surgical or nephrology ward. Okay, and B is a female or from nephrology ward. C is from nephrology ward given that the patient is female. D is a male from nephrology or female from surgical. So first step, you need to complete your table. Okay, so B1, if you get all these correct. Okay, for A, you want to find surgical or nephrology. So you will use formula of probability of surgical plus probability of nephrology minus probability of surgical intercept nephrology. Okay, so from here, our surgical is 50 out of 100, nephrology 35 out of 100, but surgical intercept nephrology is 0, tak ada kan. Jadi kita tambahkan dua probability ni saja, dan ni kita gantikan kosong, so kita dapat 0.85. So K1 untuk tambahkan dua probability, J1 jawapan akhir. Okay, soalan B, kita nak cari is probability is a female or from nephrology ward. So we will use this formula. So kita tengok daripada kita punya table, female 30 out of 100, nephrology 35 out of 100, female intercept nephrology 5 out of 100. So semua ni kita masukkan dalam formula, kita dapat total 0.6. Okay, so K1 kita cari female union nephrology menggunakan this formula. Okay, K1 kita tahu kita nak cari female intercept nephrology daripada table dapat 5/100. J1 answer 0.6. Soalan C, kita nak cari probability from nephrology ward given that the patient is a female. So here we have the word given. So given means that you will have a conditional event. By using the formula of conditional event, nephrology intercept female divided by probability of female. So we can see here, nephrology intercept female is 5 out of 100 divided by probability of female, which is 30 out of 100. Okay, so K1 here, you use the correct formula of nephrology given female. This one. K1, you substitute the correct formula, you substitute the correct probability, and J1, you get 1/6. For question D, you want to find the probability a male from nephrology or female from surgical. So, here, the correct notation is male intercept. Sebab kita nak cari male from nephrology, so male intercept nephrology. Or, maksudnya you kena cari union female from surgical, so female intercept surgical. So yang ni kita boleh baca directly daripada table. Male intercept nephrology 30 out of 100, female daripada surgical, so 20 out of 100. So kita tambahkan, kita dapat 0.5. So K1 kat mana? K1 yang pertama, you cari male intercept nephrology. K1 yang kedua, you cari female intercept surgical. Okay, so bila you tambahkan, you akan dapat 0.5. Question 7. Mass of grade A pairs are normally distributed with mean 200 grams and standard deviation 12. A. Show the probability that the mass of a randomly chosen grade A pair is between 186 grams and 224 grams is 0.86, correct to 2 decimal places. Okay, so first step, we need to write X distributed normally with mean 200 and variance 12 to the power of 2. Okay, so to find probability of X in between 186 to 224, so first step, we need to standardize your X. Okay, K1, and then find your Z value. So you get negative 1.17 and 2. So sketch the bell-shaped curve. So as we can see, negative 1.17 is over here and 2 is over here. So the probability in between this one is over here. So to find the shaded region, we need to use 1 minus PZ greater than 1.17 minus PZ greater than 2, which is the white area. Okay, so from the statistical table, the probability of Z greater than 1.17 is 0.121 and probability of Z greater than 2 is 0.0228. So when we calculate, we get 0.8562. So round up, okay, to 2 decimal places, we get 0.86. Okay, so K1 for standardization, K1 for finding the correct probability, and J1 for the answer. Okay, question B. A delivery of grade A pair is inspected. The delivery is rejected if the probability that a randomly chosen grade A pair has a mass more than 230 grams or less than 176 grams is more than 0.05. determine if the delivery is rejected. Okay, so as we know, we will reject the delivery if your probability is more than 0.05. So, uh, to conclude whether we have to reject the delivery or not, first we need to find the probability of x less than 176 and probability of x more than probability of x more than 230 grams. Okay, so this is our first mark. Okay, then we standardize our x. Okay, 1 standardized. So we get probability of z less than -2 and probability of z greater than 2.5. So here we have two probability. So we need to sketch two bell-shaped curve. Okay, when we sketch probability of z less than -2, so the bell shape is like this. This is -2. Okay, and the second bell shape for z greater than 2.5 is like this. Okay, for the first bell shape, to find the probability, we need to reflect our -2 to the right, so we get probability of z greater than +2. And for the second bell shape, we can directly read from your statistical table. So, okay, 1, and we get 0.029 as the result of these two probability. So, as a conclusion, since our probability is less than 0.05, okay, then the delivery will not rejected. So you said not rejected, J1. Question C, the grade A pairs are packed in bags of 10. Find the probability that all the grade A pairs has a mass between 186 and 224 grams. Okay, so as we can see here, we have sample space, which is a pack of 10. Okay, and we have pairs mass between 186 and 224, same as like question A. So the question C actually a binomial distribution. Okay, first step, we need to define new variable. Let's say y as the number of pair. Okay, which mass between 186 to 230 grams. Oh, sorry, 224. Okay. Okay, so your distribution is binomial, so number of sample is 10, and probability of success, which is mass between 186 to 224, kita boleh dapat daripada soalan A lah yang kita dah show tadi. Okay, so B1 untuk distribution yang betul. Okay, then soalan tu minta cari find the probability that all the grade A pairs has mass between 186 to 224. Jadi, kita nak all kan? Kita cari PY sama dengan 10 lah. So, nak cari PY sama dengan 10. Dengan probability 0.86, kita kena guna formula. So K1 for the correct formula. Okay. And J1 for the correct answer. Okay, last one. The grade A pairs are also packed in cartons, contains 50 pairs. Using suitable approximate distribution, find the probability that the mass of 40 to 45 pairs is between 186 and 224 grams. Okay, so now our sample is getting bigger, which is 50 pairs in a carton. Okay, so we need to find probability that the mass, which is X, is from 40 to 45 pairs. Is between 186 grams to 224 grams. Jadi untuk soalan ni, okay, pertama kita tahu dia adalah binomial distribution. Okay, sample space kita 50 dan probability 0.86. So, soalan dia nak cari probability the mass of 40 to 45 pairs. So, jadi kita tulis Px is bigger than or equal to 40 and less than or equal to 45. Ni kita punya first step. Tapi, kalau kita tengok kat sini, kita punya N darab P kita, which is 50 kali 0.86 is 43, which is dah bigger than 5. Jadi, untuk soalan ini, kita boleh buat approximation to normal. Okay, kita dah boleh buat approximation to normal. Okay, jadi kita nak buat approximation to normal, kita kena cari dululah kita punya new parameter, which is variance. So, kita cari N darab P darab Q, kita dapat 6.02. So, kita nyatakan taburan yang baru. So, B1. Okay, so bila kita kata kita nak buat approximation to normal, jadi nak cari Px from 40 to 45, first step kita kena buat continuity correction. So, macam mana kita buat continuity correction? So, kita boleh guna number line. So, 40, 45. So, you nak antara 40 dan 45. Jadi, kita kena cari sebelum 40. Sebab 40 ni dah termasuk. So, kita kena tolak 0.5 untuk sini. Untuk 45 pula, kita kena ambil selepasnya. So, kita kena tambah 0.5. Jadi, kita punya X yang baru adalah antara 39.5 dan 45.5. So, case 1 untuk correct continuity correction. Nilai ni. Okay. Okay, selepas kita dah buat continuity correction, so since kita nak buat approximation to normal, so kita kena standardize our X. So, standardize. So, case 1 untuk proses standardization. Okay, so kita dapat Z is in between negative 1.43 and positive 1.02. So, kita sketch bell shape curve kita. Okay, negatif 1.43 di sebelah kiri, positif 1.02 di sebelah kanan. So, kita punya probability is in between these two values. Jadi, untuk dapatkan kita punya probability di sini, kita kena guna 1 tolak kawasan putih di sini dan kawasan putih di sini. Jadi, kita guna PZ greater than 1.43 and PZ greater than 1.02. So, kita cari daripada table correct value dia berapa dan kita dapat jawapan dia 0.7697 J1. Okay, so itu saja. All the best and good luck for PSPM to